Welcome to today's episode of Sophisticated Simplicity, where we explore the subtle strategies for navigating workplace dynamics. So, let's dive in. Today, we'll focus on a brainstorming meeting, a scenario you've probably been part of dozens of times. The usual expectation is that everyone throws their ideas out, contributes, and collaborates. But what if I told you that staying quiet could actually be your smartest move? That's right, strategic silence. Not because you don't have ideas, but because you want to control how and when you contribute. Imagine this. You're in a brainstorming session. Your colleagues are throwing ideas left and right, eager to impress the manager sitting at the head of the table. Some ideas sound good, others are half-baked, but everyone's trying to get attention. Instead of jumping in, you sit back and observe. You're taking mental notes. Who's the loudest voice in the room? Who's trying to gain favor with the manager? What are the flaws in their ideas? While everyone else is busy competing, you're watching the chessboard. Now, here's where the strategy kicks in. Let's say one of your colleagues, Jane, suggests an idea that gets some nods around the table. You notice a flaw in her idea. It's not aligned with the team's resources or timeline. Instead of pointing this out in the meeting and risking conflict, you hold back. You let the discussion evolve. Later, after the meeting, you approach the manager one-on-one. You say, "Jane had a great starting point, but I thought of a way to refine it further. Here's what I'd propose." Then outline your version, polished and ready for execution. By doing this, you come across as thoughtful and solution-oriented. And, more importantly, the idea is now associated with you. Why not speak up in the meeting itself? Because brainstorming sessions are chaotic. When everyone's trying to talk over each other, your idea risks getting diluted or dismissed. By waiting, you position yourself as someone who thinks deeply and acts deliberately. Plus, this approach avoids public clashes, keeping your relationships intact, while subtly positioning yourself as the stronger contributor. There's also another layer to this. Silence can create curiosity. When you don't contribute much during the session, people start wondering, why aren't they saying anything? What are they thinking? This builds an aura of mystery around you. Then, when you finally do contribute, even if it's days later, your idea carries more weight. People pay attention because it feels intentional, not rushed or reactive. Here's another example. Suppose your colleague Mark suggests a bold but impractical idea, and the manager seems intrigued. Instead of challenging it outright, you might ask a subtle question during the meeting, like, "How do you think this aligns with our current budget?" It's not aggressive. It's just enough to plant doubt. Then, when the idea doesn't hold up to scrutiny, you step in after the meeting with your alternative. Now, you're not just the person with a better idea. You're the person who quietly spotted the problem before anyone else. This approach doesn't mean you should never contribute in meetings. The key is timing. Sometimes staying silent lets others reveal too much, whether it's weak ideas or overconfidence. And when you finally speak, you can focus the conversation on what matters most. You're not just part of the noise. You're cutting through it. Now, some of you might wonder if this sounds manipulative. Maybe it is, but let's be honest. Workplaces are competitive, and people who understand timing and perception often come out ahead. This isn't about being dishonest or sabotaging others. It's about being strategic. Not every meeting is the right platform to share your best ideas, especially if the dynamics don't favor you. To wrap it up, think of brainstorming sessions as a stage. Some people dance in the spotlight hoping for applause. But sometimes, the real power lies in the person standing in the wings, watching, waiting and stepping forward at just the right moment. Silence is a move, just like speaking up. Use it wisely, and you'll find it's one of the most powerful strategies you have. If you learned something interesting, do hit the like button and let us know in the comments about your opinions and experiences. Thanks for tuning in to Sophisticated Simplicity. Until next time, stay sharp and play the game smarter.